Hello, it's me again. Um, Been a while, about like a month and a half, maybe like a month since I uploaded my first video. I can't recall. I can't remember. Um, anyway, Hello again. My name's Frankie. Hopefully, if you're watching this, you're having a really lovely day, lovely night, lovely evening, lovely morning, whatever. Whenever you're watching this, just whenever you get the time. Um, so yeah, again, just going down here again and just speaking my mind, speaking what I want to talk about. There's not really, again, there's not really a goal or a premise. I don't really have like a like an idea I want to reach or whatever. I'm just doing this for fun because something I always wanted to do, and I want to vlog it, and not really a vlog, but I want to talk about it, get it out there, just like whoever it is. Um, anyway, I don't know why I was looking. I was looking at that. Anyway, um, I guess today I just want to talk about like self discovery and knowing who you are, even though you that might not be something like everybody is. Not everybody knows that exactly yet. I don't know that exactly yet. I feel like this year though, these last couple of months have definitely been very eye opening for me as who I am and how I want to look in my identity. So why it's so important because it's just you grow up and you see all these things and you put all these ideas in your brain, or society kind of tells you what the normal is and what isn't, and you kind of just like try and people I feel like people try and fit in. Always they always try to be part of a crowd or conform because they're very afraid of like not being their own person. And I'm not talking about, and I'm not just talking about like the normal group of people, because I see it in like all types of groups of people, not just like, oh, we're not just not like some generalized views, but also with I'm Mexican, so I'm gonna relate this to my culture. I just feel like one of the issues I've always had is that I don't relate to a lot of the other people my age growing up. I didn't, because they were so much more different than I was. There were more of your, let's see, how do you say it? Not average Mexican, because that's just bad. That's just bad analogy. It was more that I didn't fit into the stereotypical Mexican, and for a while that really bothered me because that just felt like I wasn't part of my culture, or I wasn't Mexican enough, which is silly because like that's not a thing, like that isn't, and you should never feel like that you're not Mexican enough, especially if like you can't speak the language, you can't speak Spanish, or you just like don't feel connected. You still are Mexican, and that's totally fine. You still identify with that, but it's just that sometimes you see others, or sometimes it might not be like directly told to you, but you see others and how they act, and that kind of gives you an idea of how you should be acting. But really, that isn't the case. You shouldn't be acting like everybody else. You should be acting like your own person, and that's what's something I really struggle with sometimes. And I feel like I sometimes do, but that's besides the point. I feel like so much affected me, but also so much affects everybody around the world and how they should act, and how and what is deemed normal to society. But no, that shouldn't be it. I think you should always pursue that individuality in yourself and everything, no matter what you want to do in your life. Whether you want to be a doctor, you want to like become a scientist, you want to become a biologist. I guess biology science is the same thing, but you get the memo. Like, you shouldn't get rid of that part of your personality, or part of your soul for something. You shouldn't sacrifice like that for to be seem normal. And I think, and I said that these past couple months have been really eye opening for me with my identity and my self expression, because I look back a year ago from like Snapchat memories, because I've taken pictures of myself for just like stuff, and as you see, and I'm like, wow, I really have changed, because I've gotten, not just like mentally, obviously, and like, but also like physically. Like, oh wow, like a year ago I could not see myself think I look like this, letting my hair grow out so long. It's a lot of hair now. Or like growing out my mustache. A year ago I wouldn't think, yeah, I would never grow out my mustache. Um the thing with these piercings, like it was when I first got like I got these and I was just like, wow, like I'm finally doing something that I really like. I'm doing something that makes me feel more like myself, like this like discovering myself is what is really beautiful. It's such a self discovery is such a beautiful part of your life, and when you finally discover like who, like not fully discover, when you finally like figure out what you really, what you're comfortable with, what you're comfortable calling yourself, whether it be a name, your pronouns, the color, like your favorite color, or your style of dressing. Could it be like even like your hair or your like makeup or anything like that? It's like finding that like what you feel comfortable with is so liberating, and that's what I felt with like my appearance. And it's so crazy because sometimes you look at yourself and you're like, that is not me. I mean, maybe that's just me, but like sometimes I look at myself and it's just like, that is not me, guys. That's a whole different person right there. Because I see myself from a year ago and I'm like, wow, I did not think I was gonna look like this in a year. A lot of changes, um, a lot of change can happen, and that's beautiful. Change is beautiful. It's so scary. It's scary, but it's super beautiful. I've always see when changes is happening, you're not scared. When you think of change, it's like, oh, it's probably not scary. But when you're in the moment of change, then that's when it gets scary. But I'm kind of getting off topic. But um, that like discovering your like yourself and not ignoring everything that everybody has ever said and all of those like societal norms is so amazing because I said, like you feel the need to be part of something, or you always feel the need to act a certain way or else you won't be liked, which is not true. You should always be your true self. And like sometimes like your true self could be just like, you're not a very social person, you're very like, what's it called, you're very introverted, and you would prefer, you're a homebody and everything. That's totally fine. It's so sad seeing people who shame others for just staying home and stuff, because like some people are just like that, and that's okay. Like you shouldn't be shaming others for liking what they do. Like don't put others down to make yourself feel better about yourself. That is never good. That is not, because we shouldn't be that. We should just be loving each other and like loving each other for who we are, because it's beautiful that we have the freedom to let ourselves do whatever we want. Like that's like such a beautiful thing. Like sometimes like I really feel like, oh, I should be going out more, I should be doing this or that, or like so I become a cooler person, which is not true at all. Because like I'm only thinking that because I want to be perceived as cool, and but then I'm ignoring my what I like and what I'm comfortable with. I shouldn't go out of my comfort zone for others. I should only be going it whenever I want to, not for other people. And that's what you like people should be doing too. You shouldn't want people's validation for to think, oh, you know what, I'm a cool person. Oh, you know what, I'm a good person. No, that should be coming from your own self. You should think, you know what, yeah, I am a cool person. I do this, I do that. You know what, I am cool. I am such a cool person, and that's like I think I'm a cool person because of my interest. And sure, they're nerdy, but I think they're really cool because I like, and I think the cool part about it, it's not just like the fact that like there's so many like stuff like I just think it's cool, but also it's because my like journey to getting to that point of like not being embarrassed about what I like anymore. Because when I was a kid, oh my gosh, I was so embarrassed about everything. I like all my interests and everything because nobody, all the other, all the other Mexican kids, they want to do sports. They want to do like they want to play soccer. They want to play like a recent area. But I just wanted to talk about freaking Mario and Sonic. Like that's all I want to talk about because like that's the type of kid I was, you know? I grew up watching YouTube and I watch all these like anime shorts and like all this like Mario and Sonic stuff and freaking loved it. And the other kids just like weren't as interested as I was, and that like really made me feel like isolated, you know? Like kind of trapped me, and like it really honestly like looking back at it now, wow, it has affected me a lot. And I have combated it, and I have like fought it in the past before, and now I'm to a point where I'm like, yes, I freaking love Sonic. Yes, I love Mario. Yes, I'm gonna be excited for that Sonic game. Yes, uh, my favorite blue, my favorite blue, my favorite color is blue because of Sonic. Because like, why not? Like I should not be embarrassed about those things anymore. Why? Because that makes me, and that's cool. That's those things that make me is cool. That's what's cool about it, you know? At least that's what I think, you know? Like, and this is just me, like, just talking, putting a perspective out there. Um, because it's just really important. And I feel like in today's society, I feel like there's so much people want to be part of or just normalize or just do it because they want to feel included or they want to do it because they want to be perceived as cool. But is that really themselves? That's kind of the question that they should be asking. Because as much as I like hate conforming and everything, sometimes it's like a lot of people do it. And you know what? Like those if that's what they're coming with and like that's what they feel like they want to do, like that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I always push individuality. Whether like and not like everybody, no matter what, everybody should just follow their soul and be themselves because they will they will feel so much more freedom. At least that's why I felt so much more freedom. And like yes, there's nights where as I still think about like, wow, I could have done this differently. I could have done that or whatever. Just was like, no, I didn't do it because that just wasn't me. That was me. That was somebody else trying to like dig into my brain and tell me if you don't do this, you're not going to be seen as cool, which is not true. Never true at all. No. And I see it so much on TikTok too, like and like and also not just TikTok, but also like between like I see people in real life. It's just sometimes it feels like they want to just do this to be like it's a performative act at times, and that's I find that a little sad because it was like wow, like they're really sacrificing their own identity for others. I don't know. It just makes me sad because then it makes me think about everything I've gone through, and it's just like yeah. But at the same time, it's like maybe they're finally these people. Maybe it's sometimes good that all this stuff is becoming more and more popularized and like everything because maybe people are finding themselves a lot easier. You know, what if like all these trends and all these conformity, like people are finding new things about them. You know, like new like wow, maybe like the whole matcha stuff. You know, that's really funny. Like I'm a matcha guy now and everything. Like what if people like are starting to like find a new identity in that, like just because of a drink and like wow, they're like they now feel like they love this peaceful like life and everything. It's like wow, maybe I should be drinking it because not only do I like this, but also it's just like I like the whole idea around it. And now I think I'm gonna do it because I really like this. I like it a lot, and it feels like me. You know what? Like, wow, new discovery. Wow, look at that. When you talk to yourself, or you're talking to a freaking camera, you kind of like you get new points like views of this. Because like, what if all this stuff is really helping people unlock a new part, and unlock a new like part of themselves? I think that's wow. See, that's good because that's allowing people to become more and more of who they want to be, and that's amazing. Wow, that's wow. You guys see, this is amazing. Not only am I getting my thought out, but also and sharing it with people, but now I'm discovering new things and seeing it from a different perspective. Wow. Um, yeah, but that's not it's not always a bad thing because let's see. I'm trying to think because I feel like I've also fallen into this, you know, like all I've fallen into the kind of this vintage pipe hole and stuff with like clothing and like stuff And like I feel now as of lately, TikTok fashion has been like going, like people have been throwing out like vintage that, vintage this, or whatever, and the whole Coachella mess. I'm just like, guys, this is my vintage cowboy camping and all that stuff. I was like, wow, it's so silly, but also like vintage, like I've because of like because of vintage clothing and stuff like that, because I kind of because of like me falling into this like rabbit hole, I've been I've been able to like get a new like outlook on clothing and how people make it, and the designers, and also like the quality that goes and the love that goes into these pieces of clothing. And you know what? I love it. You know what? Like yeah, sure, it's like I kind of fell for all the the rabbit hole and everything, but it's beautiful because I discovered a new part of myself, and discovering that helped me become more free. It helped me be more free and more expressive, because also like clothing has been playing a big part in my life, because now I definitely, when I go thrifting, I look through everything, and like I'm very, I wouldn't say no, not picky, but I'm very open minded to like trying out new stuff. One thing I've been loving is collared shirts. I'm wearing one right now. This is one of my favorite shirts. But collared shirts, I've been in love with these past couple of months, and it's like when I wear them, I feel like I'm by myself, and that's what people need to learn and like discover, because the more you feel comfortable with yourself, the more feel like you're comfortable with your identity, the more free you're gonna be. The more free you're gonna go out there. You're gonna go out there and you're gonna feel like, you know what, like hell yeah, hell yeah. Because now I was like, wow, like I'm wearing these clothes, I'm wearing these freaking boots and these pants and the shirt, and it's like, and this bracelet, these rings and stuff, and just like, wow, I feel so good about myself, and that's what I want people to get there. I want people to get that feeling, and like just being the person that they really want to be is so important. It really is, because it's gonna help you out so much, not just like with life, but also with like meeting people and stuff. Because sometimes you meet people and you really want to be friends with them, like you really really want to be, and then like you kind of ignore what kind of person they are, but then you just want to be friends with them because they're cool, and then like you talk to them finally, like you see this person, and or it could also be someone you like a crush, like you become delusional and like you make these like scenarios in your mind about this person, like you romanticize them, and then you finally talk to them and you get to know them and you're like, wow, I'm so disappointed because this person is not the person I wanted them to be, and now you're kind of bummed out. And not only that, but like they also they probably didn't mess with you, so now they're like, go away, and not go away, but like, you know. And then it's just like, wow, like you shouldn't sacrifice your identity for somebody else ever. The beauty, one of the beauties in life is that self discovery, that journey of always finding new things about yourself and learning new things about yourself. It's so it's so powerful. It's such an powerful feeling. And I feel like as these couple of months, this year has begun, I've gone through a lot of personal issues. And but I was, because of the way I've been trying to help myself become overgrow these issues, I've definitely found peace in where I'm at and where I stand with how I feel about my feelings and my identity. So, and as of now, I think I'm pretty happy with my look, with my identity. You know what? Because I look at myself now and like, even though I think it's like, wow, I don't think that's me. That's like, it cannot be me. But at the same time, it's like, wow, this person looks cool. Or I think they look cool. But that's me. I don't care about other people. If people don't think that, I don't care. But always keep yearning for that self discovery. Keep adventuring. Keep telling yourself that you will always like feel not feel you would always be willing to look for something new in yourself, because you're not here forever, and the short amount of time that you have, you should live it up. You should like always find room to discover new things about yourself. So I should probably name this something. I don't want to say Frankie Talk. That seems very basic, but also that's kind of catchy. Frankie Talk. I might, but yeah, just another piece of my brain going out there to the internet just for fun. So hopefully I do these more often, because there's definitely stuff I think I talk a lot, and there's a lot of stuff I want to get out there, because maybe people will find it comfortable. Like maybe someone will find and will watch this all the way through in their random YouTube recommended, and they're like they might relate to something, which is great. That's what I love. I want to make these connections. I love making connections with people. I'm very introverted, but I'm very much a people person. Not people pleaser, but I love talking to people. I love meeting new people, and I love connecting with people. That's always I realize that that's something I want. But this was another talk, Frankie Talk. Maybe I will adapt that. That's really catchy, but um, hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day, night, morning, evening, whatever. You're amazing, and I love you all. Bye bye.